Alrighty, this is Decent We the People News. One more time at it. So I did a little bit of investigation, a little bit. Alright, this is continuing part. This is part 2 about the cops planting evidence. Alright, I'm not an attorney, not giving legal advice. Anything I say to do is just opinion. Alright, not making any claims, even though I may sound like I'm making a claim. Never look straight forward. Always look around you. Be able to protect yourself by any means necessary. Okay? Let's go with this.
In this video, you're going to see body cam footage showing a police officer planting evidence.
Meet Calvin Riley. He's being stopped by the Tallahassee Police Department on Southland Road.
Hello, sir. I'm Officer Oliver, Tallahassee Police Department.
She'll plant evidence of an empty liquor bottle in Riley's car before arresting him for an alleged DUI.
And then you're also going to hear her testimony at some depositions during the criminal case questioning. And I sat through the whole thing and pulled out the important parts so that you don't have to.
An open liquor bottle found inside the car within reach of the driver would be big evidence for a DUI, right?
Correct.
And you told Officer Muth that the bottle was...
There you go. So that is what I talked about in the first video. Is that right there?
open?
I don't remember my exact phrasing.
You had a bunch of alcohol stashed in there, but...
Nothing open there.
Yeah, open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I know that from seeing her report, she said it was opened.
And she would only know that from you.
Correct.
And has that always been your testimony?
No.
But now you know that you did unseal it.
Yes, watching my body camera.
Crazy thing is that the prosecutors didn't even care about this, and they're still prosecuting the guy. In fact, I believe it is going to trial today. This is crazy.
I'm Officer Kirsten Oliver, Oliver.
Officer Oliver, what's your current position?
I'm a police officer at the Tallahassee Police Department.
How long have you been with the Tallahassee Police Department?
Since 2020. When I was on that traffic stop, I was back up for Officer Muth, and I observed a vehicle at a high rate of speed with no headlights on pass by me. So I asked for his registration, proof of insurance, and driver's license. And while he was searching for any of those documents, it was fumbling. He looked in his center console, did not pull anything out, just stared into it. He pulled his visor down.
Now, I may be wrong, but it kind of brought to my attention, right? She's back up for another officer, but she's the one who pulled him over, so the other officer would be her backup. Again, I'm not making legal determination, but that's what I would go by. You initially pulled me over. You're the first claimant. The other one's just backing you up.
Papers were dropping, and he was trying to grab the papers out of the visor. He just seemed confused. I believed at the time it possibly smelled like alcohol.
Riley's license is suspended, and officers decide to arrest Riley on a first offense for his suspended license.
Would you be willing to do some voluntary field sobriety exercises?
Not really.
Okay. Here, go ahead and step out of the vehicle.
So once he gave me his information and the piece of paper with his name on it, I went back to my patrol vehicle and looked into law enforcement resources, and I was able to confirm his identity with his the information that he gave me. I learned that his license was suspended.
Just go ahead and face the corner of the car for us. Your license is
After detaining Riley, they ask him if he smoked any marijuana.
Maybe they learned this at some sort of training conference, but it seems like there's just so many videos of cops pulling over some black guy and saying, "I smell marijuana." Many of those videos, like this one, they end up searching the car. Guess what? They don't find any marijuana. Cops also like to smell alcohol. Here, while they did find alcohol, the only alcohol they were able to prove existed was sealed, unopened. Therefore, how did she smell it? Well, she didn't. You'll see.
Mr. Riley, I got a quick question for you.
So I smell marijuana in your vehicle. Did you recently smoke?
I believed at the time it possibly smelled like alcohol.
You told Officer Muth that you didn't smell anything, correct?
I don't believe I did. I believe I told her that I couldn't tell if it was the smell of alcohol.
That is your testimony here today.
Yes, to my knowledge.
I am now confronting the witness with her body-worn camera. So,
I feel like I'm getting some indications, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't really smell anything right now. Do you think you can just talk to him?
So when you
So I'm gonna stop right there. On my last video, I guess when I watched this video from this attorney, it was a good couple day or two ago. So I don't remember me actually hearing this. So maybe my first claim was due to remembering this video, but it still stands as true then as it does now.
had that conversation with Officer Muth, you said that you couldn't smell anything right now, correct?
I couldn't really smell anything.
You previously, or the defense previously mentioned that you made a comment relating to you couldn't really smell anything. Could you elaborate a little bit further as to what you meant when you said that?
When I walked up to the vehicle, it wasn't 100% apparent that the smell of alcohol was apparent to me. I wanted another officer's opinion.
Once he's arrested for driving with a suspended license, they can search his car.
I entered the vehicle through the open door, and I searched multiple cavities in the front seat and the back seat.
Did you find anything in the vehicle of particular importance to your investigation?
Yes, I found a insulated cup that obtained liquid, and in the center console in the cup holder, and I also obtained a liquor bottle from the seat cover pouch where the knees would go inside the vehicle in the driver's seat. It was a bottle of yellowish liquid labeled vodka.
Officer Oliver leaves the car, does a 360, and then goes back in the car, retrieving a sealed liquor bottle and pours it out. That was the sound of the seal on the liquor bottle breaking. Here's another angle. While Officer Muth questions Riley about marijuana again,
Somebody else is smoking your car earlier?
Oliver tosses the empty bottle into the passenger seat.
Were you born between 1969 and 1979? If so, you can get a dual combo kit completely free.
They don't find any marijuana in the car.
Now, after Mr. Riley was arrested, you searched the car, is that correct?
Correct.
During that search, you found a bottle of alcohol.
Correct.
And that was found in a pouch on the front of the driver's seat.
Correct.
I think you said earlier it would be if the driver was sitting behind their calves, behind their knees. Is that right?
Yeah, behind the knees area.
And the bottle you found in that pouch was the 20-gram vodka, correct?
Correct.
And it was a smaller bottle,
Correct.
but bigger than the ones you get on planes.
Yes.
And the bottle was a twist top.
Correct.
When you found the bottle, you took it out of the pouch,
Correct.
and then you put the bottle on the seat,
Yes.
and you continue then to search the car.
Correct.
As part of that search, you opened containers you found in the car, correct?
Correct.
During that search, you didn't find any marijuana.
No.
You didn't find any joints.
No.
You didn't find any paraphernalia.
No.
You didn't find any evidence of marijuana besides the smell.
Correct.
Before finishing the search, you went back to that 20-gram bottle that you left on the driver's seat.
Correct.
And you picked up that bottle.
Yes.
You opened that bottle.
Correct.
That bottle was sealed before you opened it.
Yes.
And so you twisted the top of the bottle.
Yes.
And you broke the seal.
Correct.
And you, after you opened it, you dumped out the contents.
Correct.
You dumped it onto the road.
Correct.
Then you put the top back on the bottle.
Yes.
Then you put the bottle back into the car.
Yes.
You threw it on the passenger side.
Yes.
So you usually unseal alcohol bottles and dump them out.
Typically, I don't unseal them, but as I was twisting, I realized it was unopened, and that was my fault.
And has that always been your testimony?
No.
No, but previously you said that you didn't unseal it.
Correct. I didn't believe I did.
But now you know that you did unseal it.
Yes, watching my body camera.
So full disclosure, the first video I did, I may jump the gun in haste, right? I would assume it was half full by just not very much pulling it over, but I forgot it was such a small bottle, it could have been dumped all the way out. So I'll backtrack on that one video on that. It's possible the whole bottle was empty. I thought it was half. I really never seen anybody buy one that small. It's usually been bigger bottles.
Rather than protect and defend the constitutional rights of Americans, the state, the prosecutor here, who you'll hear asking the questions, basically comes up with a cover story for Officer Oliver, claiming that she believed that it was policy to dispose of any liquids before the car was pursuant to some policy, which she knows the number of the policy, but can never produce it. I don't believe it exists.
After you find this bottle of liquor in the defendant's front, near the front seat of his vehicle, what do you do with it?
I pour it out.
Why did you pour it out?
Because, number one, our policy to impound, you cannot have liquids. And at the time, my mindset was that I was going to be impounding it. And then also, if the vehicle was going to...
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. With that policy, and it's just a question, wouldn't that be disposing evidence? Could have been lemonade? I don't know. In some other cases. Now, we heard the seal break on this one, so we could go by that. But other ones, could we? Because I used Coke bottles to put coffee in before.
Moved by a relative, I was not going to have alcohol inside the vehicle at the time.
But the worst thing here is the planting of evidence. So, although his license was apparently suspended, and they were able to arrest him on that, they charged him with DUI. They clearly want to convict him of DUI, a more serious charge. This is one of those DUI prosecutions where you don't have the field sobriety test, you don't have breathalyzer or BAC results. The officer is testifying as to other evidence, such as an empty bottle of booze that was found in the car. And what is the inference from that? That he drank it and then drove. But it was sealed. The officer unsealed it, dumped it out, put it back in the car, and then told the other officers that she found it opened. That is outrageous. That is planting evidence.
Here's Officer
Yeah. Let's go ahead.
The empty bottle was likely what was in a cup in Robbie's center console.
Cover where like the knee would sit. There's an opening, and he had it like tucked. And then the whatever he had in his cup also tucked.
Then Officer Muth tells the senior officer that they found open alcohol in the car, in both a bottle and a cup.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing in there?
Well, okay, so he had a bunch of alcohol stashed in there, but
Nothing open or anything?
yeah, open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in his like Tervis in the center console, he had a mixed drink, and then under his knee, he had a like little bottle of vodka tucked away. You told Officer Muth.
All right, we're going to stop there. Check out the Civil Rights Lawyer. He has some great content. I am a subscriber because I like to hear things like this. Okay. There we go. Okay. If it was in fact a good magistrate or alleged judge, they would have had this dismissed before you even went to the court hearing. So they could say prosecutor or this, that, here, and there. But the magistrate should have kicked this out. Or the judge should have kicked this out. It shouldn't have gotten no further. Due to planting evidence strips all the claims as being compromised. All right. Hopefully she'll lose her job. But we know how that goes. This will be the People News. Oh, the third one is going to be even better yet, I think.